Well, hey there, friends. I am Tony Gatewood, and you guys have seen quite a bit of my things and stuff. And I just want to give a quick update on what's going on in in the community. I think I've shared a little bit on the uh, on online already in my prayer letter about some of the things that's going on, but I just want to tell you from my space and perspective that I am continuing to. Uh, the word is incarnational, so just to live in the community, to live in the city, um, and to learn what it is that my community needs, what they uh, could use. Uh, and one of the things that just feels like I'm aware of is that there's such a need and a desire for spiritual hunger. I'm not sure, but all the churches I've visited, it just seems like there's not a lot that are just alive. I think every church, I should say, has life, but it feels as if like it's very challenging these days to thrive. And I think one of the things that's on my heart is how do you create a thriving space? Uh, Not only that, I think in our the cultural worlds of our society makes it very difficult to have something that's multicultural that invites multiple people to come into the same place. We've become very segmented, and so I think my background really yearns and desires for a multicultural space, and it's not as easy to bring that about, especially in the Midwest. Where there are a lot of culture lines that people stay behind, but I just think that there's a yearning for a multicultural space where we can learn from one another and hear about how God is shaping the lives of others. So, my desire is to create what in my organization we call a Jesus community, a place where people can come together and practice their faith, especially that it's welcoming to those who are, in more marginalized spaces and those from different cultural backgrounds want to make uh, a community space for that, but then also a space that really is trying to practice following Jesus, to live that out. I think I had a friend who our community group called it a Acts 2 type of church, where we're living together, we're breaking bread, we're sharing each other's burdens with one another, and we're inviting people into our space. And so January of 2026 is where that's going to start. And what I wanted to ask for specifically here is your prayers, specifically time, talent, and treasure. So if you could take the time to pray for our community, pray for certain partners in Eastside Iowa City, pray for my family, myself, Rachel, Jaden, and JT, uh, who goes by, we call him JT, but Jonathan, that would be amazing to have that. I would say talent. Uh, well, if you're in a community, it would be great if you came on out. Would love for you to break bread with us starting in January, have a meal, worship with us, and maybe serve alongside with us. There's some ways that we're hoping to be intentional in our community, and that there's some specific reasons why uh, church, as it seems, will happen in a house and not necessarily just a separate building. I would love for us to become something that we're able to be mobilized. And so, how do we love our local school, our local um supermarket, even the pub right around the corner, wanting to bring salt and light into that space? And so, definitely, if you have the energy and the time or the interest, would love for you to come check it out. And I'd say finally would be Treasure. It would be great if you were willing to give. And this is to a lot of the people who know the ministry I do, that all that I do is because of generous donations and giving. My ability to pay myself, ability to do ministry within the community, cook hot dogs, whatever we're trying to do. It's because of your giving. And so I just want to ask you all if you would be willing to give annually, to give monthly. That's the most stable form of giving. But that you would be willing to open your hearts, especially in this season where we think a lot about generosity and we're thinking a lot about what it means to give to others. I would love for you to be considering my ministry with Serving Partners here in Iowa City. And I'm the site director and planting minister and in this area that you would consider giving during this time. One-time gifts are absolutely okay. Um, it would be such a blessing. So, hey, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share. And may God really be with you all in this season. And I hope that um, He meets you in the spaces that you are desperately looking for Him to meet you in.